Welcome back to the HCS Pro League Fall 2017 season. Elamite and T2 joining you from the Xfinity desk, and we do have an update. All players are in the lobby and ready to go, so big shout outs to Trippy for one, making it home in time to play for the match of the week. And of course also to Zane the Brain, the man that set up and got the lobby all going, ready to rock and roll here.
Zane the Brain.
Zane the Brain, Sub-Zero, if you're wondering. Sometimes you'll see him in-game. He has Zane as his in-game name icon there. But either way, like we said, match of the week coming up here now. We're getting everything set up, ready to go. It's Team Liquid versus Luminosity Gaming, our third versus our fifth ranked teams here in the Pro League.
Oh yeah, guys, tweak the stream. You know what it is. It is the match of the week. You're watching it, or you know what the link is. Just copy and paste that thing into Twitter, post it on social media. Let's get as many eyes in here, and I want to know who you guys are rooting for. If you want Liquid to win, put a 1 in the chat. If you want LG, put a 2 or spam those logos. If you have those sub icons, there's Team Liquid right there. Spartan, you have Zane, Sub-Zero, Stellar, and Eco as well. These guys are playing phenomenal Halo. They're going to be going up against an LG squad that has a little bit of a rivalry with this guy right here. Former teammates when he was going as Penguin right there. Sub-Zero, formerly known as Penguin, going up against Rain, who was on that Liquid squad with Spartan and Commonly. So a little bit of rivalry, maybe a little bad blood between these two players.
Yeah, a lot of history between these teams in Halo 5. Of course, the players that have been around since the 05, 06, 07 days, you're automatically going to have that. But these players, you saw it on the player profile there for Sub-Zero. He's only been around since 2015 and has already had multiple times teaming with some of these players, and now going up against one of his arch rivals, I would say, because Rain and Penguin, they were the duo here in the beginning. Back in 2016 Halo World Championships, they had that phenomenal performance, finishing in the top 4.
Yeah, I believe that team was with Calm and Swiftkill. That rounded out those 4. And we're starting this one off, I believe, with Empire Strongholds as we go and look at those game types. Plaza Slayer, game number 2, Truth CTF, followed by Eden Strongholds, and then Coliseum Slayer. So great round of game types here in front of us. Kyle, can LG pull this one off going up against, again, a Team Liquid squad who is extremely hot after losing their first series with this new roster? They have strung together a series of wins.
They absolutely can. I mean, you know, taking a look at these game types here, and based on Luminosity's performance yesterday, they had a lot of mistakes that they made that contributed to their loss. So they've had a night to prepare for that, review film, coming into this series prepared here, and I think we'll see something a lot different than the first 2 series of the night so far. We're going to see, potentially this one go the distance.
Yeah, I want to see big games from Saiyan. I want to see big games coming out from APG as well. APG, this is his time to shine. Empire Strongholds, he's great at up-close battles. He has a great pistol, and he's very, very decisive in his map movement. I'm looking for him again to have a big series here. If he can get it going, this is going to be a very scary LG roster. Highlighting Saiyan because, remember, he had a very lackluster performance in game number 2 yesterday. He's going to come out swinging and swinging hard. We're starting this one off with Eco, Kyle.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for sticking around here. We have everyone set up and we are underway here. 10 seconds into this game, big battle here. Eco gets stuck though by Trippy, the man that just got home here, and already off to a good start.
Yeah, that's a good start, but who was able to get the overshield? It was Spartan throughout all of that. I'm going to scroll through on the other side and see who was able to secure the camouflage, and I don't see anybody. So that one probably was burned, and you're now going to give the advantage on over to Team Liquid just because Spartan has a little bit of that overshield. Yeah, they don't have the numbers advantage, but it's going to come sooner or later. There it is, 3 dead now. Rain, the last guy alive. As soon as they locate him, they're going to go in there and single fire that guy and capture the pit at the same time. Rain doesn't even show. He just stays on the outskirts, gets the pick onto Spartan, and now LG going to try to reset and retake the pit.
Yeah, and we're still on board here with Eco. They kind of just let that pit go. A little surprising there. So great job by Luminosity here. Answers right back after a little bit of a rocky start here for that team. Now we have Liquid focusing their attention in a 4v2 situation to recapture this pit. Looks like it's Joey over there, or Trippy, the only one in position to try to contest that, but he immediately gets taken out.
a constant trade of the pit, ridiculous. And when you go and you look at the stats, Kyle, it's pretty insane that Saiyan has 5 kills right now. The rest of his team combined has 1 each, so 3 kills total from the LG squad. Meanwhile, APG, he answers with a big double kill right there. You're gonna see the side base is captured, but Pit is the big point of contention. Stellar with the perfect shots there onto Trippy when Trippy had the better positioning. Nasty play from him, and now you're gonna see red base has been captured. Sub-Zero gonna slow play this on over towards the security side. Had a feeling a player was over there. He actually was right, and now 2 kills going on over to Team Liquid. The third one eventually gonna drop over here towards Blue Alley. Great job staying alive over towards the platform and getting the trade for Trippy. He's going to drop Spartan, but eventually these guys are going to rotate towards the overshield. Eco's already waiting for that one, and you know Liquid has the time because Spartan picked that one up last time.
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to be able to secure this one. Sure enough, Eco's going to elect to make sure he doesn't get taken out while grabbing that and allows Sub-Zero to secure this full overshield. Now focusing once again on getting another triple cap. Luminosity is doing a great job at flipping the bases and not over-committing. The last thing you want to do is try to contest a base and have all 4 members of your team go down. It's almost impossible to break out of some of those setups when the enemy team's able to keep you on that spawn cycle.
And while Sub-Zero has the overshield, I'm actually going to find out where the camo player is, and that's going to be APG. Remember the discussion that we're having in the Xfinity speed session with L-Town, whether you would rather have overshield and camo. Right now, LG, they had the camo. Team Liquid, they had the position and the overshield. APG has to make some serious moves with this camouflage.
Yeah, he's grabbing a few kills, but he's the last player alive on his team, and that camo has run out here. So we'll see if he's able to get any more kills or stay alive. It'll be impressive if he does. He buys enough time. His teammates just spawned up here, and now we're seeing Spartan getting double-teamed. APG grabs that kill here, but still, even with all that happening, it's still a triple cap over here for Liquid.
Yeah, Liquid, they stopped the bleeding on the LG side just a little bit. They are able to capture the side base, but eventually Liquid is just going to continue to milk this clock and wait for people to push on over towards the pit. Once they get the numbers advantage, they could potentially press that triple cap. So right now, if you're LG, you got to formulate a plan. Right now, I would be going for the side bases. We have the luxury of being able to see the player outlines, but as soon as they start flooding in over towards red, that's when you got to make your move on over towards the pit. There's no way if you're Trippy that you're going to be able to contest this, and while that was happening, you didn't add any pressure on the rest of the map. Missed opportunity for LG.
Yeah, and just like that, he gave away his position. I thought he was going to get collapsed on a little bit harder. The fact he was even able to pick up a kill here on Stellar is pretty impressive overall, and just like that, Luminosity once again trading a base, but they're going to have to, you know, up their game a little bit here now, because even with all these trades, Liquid is still pulling away in this one.
Yeah, Liquid's in a great position right now, especially after securing that overshield. Unfortunately for Trippy and Luminosity, they were not able to take out Eco, who's going to run away with that one, and he's just going to skedaddle away towards the pit. So great job by LG, at least capturing the pit while all that was happening. This is their opportunity. They cannot afford another setup to last for Team Liquid. Team Liquid has done a great job of controlling the middle of the map.
Ooh, and Trippy, he was trying to work on a nice little flank there, but gets spotted out and is taken out. 2 dead now for Luminosity, as you see Liquid starting to overload this pit and a side base. So rather than contesting red, they're going to go ahead and trade for pit and blue. So great job by Liquid, and somehow they did buy enough time. I thought they almost stopped that stronghold capture, but not going to be the case here. Either way, they are the one still accumulating points.
A trade of side bases, but all that matters is you continue what you've done if you're Liquid, and that's control the pace of the game by controlling the pit. Overshield is, or the camo player is going to come around the corner, but you did have, I believe, the overshield pick up by Liquid again. So they've gotten, I think, 3 for 3 as Sub-Zeros. He's going to pick up a triple kill, looking for the overkill. A player in front of him, can he land it in time? Not able to, at least able to get a killing spree. But great pressure now. Liquid, they're going to go for the triple cap again, taking red base. It's going to be a trade for blue base on the side of Luminosity, but again, it's all about the pit. LG, they can't push in there unless they have some sort of advantage. They need a power-up. They need a slay. They don't have any of those right now, and they don't have a numbers advantage once APG dies. So this is very unfortunate for LG. This is their last and final push.
Yeah, and as you can see there, one goes down. It is numbers for Luminosity, but they got to get in this hill with grenades and a contest coming in from Liquid. It's not going to be enough. A reset comes in, and game number 1 convincingly goes over to here to Team Liquid.
Yeah, slow start there coming in from LG. very hot start from Liquid on the other side. They did a great job of just rotating around. Every time that it seemed like LG was going to be able to steal a side base and control both side bases and then eventually try to take over the pit, Liquid wasn't having it. They didn't go and contest that. All they did was rotate to the other side of the map, take the other stronghold, and then just play the numbers game, wait for a single player to make a mistake, get the numbers advantage, and do it again. Very nicely executed by Team Liquid. Only 6 minutes long that game was.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely Team Liquid continuing that momentum. Things are clicking for them, and they are ready to play and compete. Now it's up to Luminosity to bounce back from this one, and that's going to be tough to do here because that was a demoralizing loss. But at the very same time, like we already mentioned, Trippy, he's probably not as warmed up as everyone else is yet. He's had a lot of stuff going on here today, and he's been rushing around. So I think as the series progresses, we might see Luminosity starting to click a little bit more and things start going
That's true.
favor.
They're going to start heating up a little bit more, but it definitely messes with the psyche of the team a little bit when you're worried about your teammate getting home and also you haven't warmed up as a team yet and played enough, CTF warm-up or at least got some arena games in or just talked to one another in a in a pregame lobby or something like that, whether that's Discord or Skype or whatever they use to communicate. You want to kind of get the jokes going, get the communication going, and have a good time before you rush into the series like these guys that unfortunately got thrown into that circumstance where I believe that they were slotted for 6:30. We ended up wrapping it up around 6:08 or so for the previous series. So we were a good 20 minutes ahead of schedule, like you said. LG, they were hoping they were not looking for this circumstance. They were hoping that the series would have elongated a little bit longer, but still no excuses here. They're here to play, and that's what they're going to do. At the same time, I feel like you're right on, Kyle, that they're going to heat up as this one goes on, especially Trippy, who had a little bit of a slow game there. But at the same time, you can't take anything away from Liquid. They went and they executed well. They didn't allow anybody from the well, except in the beginning of the game where LG ended up retaking the pit instantly. But then again, Liquid, they came back and responded only after about 4 or 5 points. So that was just a really great job retaking and keeping the pit.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 100 to 99s. That was yesterday, and now we're seeing 100 to 18. So, of course, that game was heavily one-sided in the favor of Team Liquid here. And, with those stats, it wasn't like any individual player standing out. Everyone on that Team Liquid squad contributing here to that victory.
That's true. It looks like one player did drop out of the lobby, but he is back, so we are going to get this one underway. It's going to be Plaza Slayer, guys, so going to be a very explosive game. Now, keep in mind, in the previous 2 series, we've seen absolute blowouts in game number 2, a 50-19 and a 50-20. I don't know if something's just in the water or something like that out there, but it's been ridiculous performances from the red side. Blue team's got to get it going here. They haven't even won a game yet today, Kyle. 7-0 in favor of the teams in red.
Yeah, and keeping in mind after this is Team Envious versus Evil Geniuses, and Envious has been the only team that has consistently played like the Optic and Splice that we saw here today.
That's true, but now Liquid's trying to make a name for themselves too, and I feel like they have. As soon as they, again, lost that first series with Spartan, they have been looking like that Liquid form that they had.
Not solid form?
No, not a solid form, a liquid form. And when you're liquid, you can kind of, do whatever you want. You like that move?
Yeah, you can fill in greater space.
Be like water.
Yeah, exactly. Expanding there to fit, your surroundings.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? I don't know. I think I've lost a lot of that scientific terms there.
All right, Tom, we mentioned liquid, solid. What's the third one?
I don't know, but let's see what Trippy does here as he's able to come off of the sniper rifle. 4 players on the player outlines right there. Team Liquid all flooding the poster side of the map. Everybody from Team Liquid trying to push up over towards that truck area. At least you have one guy over towards top gold laying some cover fire.
Whoa.
But you got to get this sniper rifle and get out there fast if you're Spartan. That's exactly what he was doing, utilizing that sprint, utilizing that thrust, and now trying to gain some sort of information for players around him. Gets the big win onto ABG, and now trying to stay alive and keep his shield so he can maintain this nest and sniper control.
Yeah, I mean, great opening here for Team Liquid. They could easily be down by so much. I think 3 people were no shields running around at that sniper side of the map here to open this one up, but 2 of them stayed alive. Yes, it is. I'm glad you're able to put that one together, Tom.
I just don't want that floating out there in the air for too long. I want to clear that up.
Yeah, floating in the air. I like how you did that too, Tom.
I'm all about it, man. I'm all about it. 7-3 here. Nice plays from Spartan. Again, you go back to the 1v1 that he won against APG, and he would never be in this situation, Kyle. That's 1 kill away from LG, which could be 4, and 3 kills taking away from Spartan. So we could be looking at LG even in the lead if he's able to pick up that 1v1. That's how big these 50-50s are, and that's the domino and snowball effect that happens in these Pro League matches.
Ooh, and we'll see how Spartan's able to see if he'll be able to survive here, get some help. Helps finish off that kill on to Trippy here. That's going to put Sniper Rifle down in the dip area. So Yard and Flowers blue area definitely over in favor of Liquid. And essentially they flipped the map here. And Sub-Zero was able to escape with this Sniper Rifle, take it to a spot where we saw Shotzzy tearing things up with this weapon earlier. We'll see what Sub-Zero is able to do.
Sub-Zero going for the no-scope. I think he landed that one. He got the hit marker as well. So ridiculous no-scopes coming in. He does get the trade right there with Trippy. 14-8 with Overshield coming up. If you're able to get this Overshield on the LG side of things, that's going to be a great opportunity to come back, but I'm not sure if that one was burned.
Yeah, it was just
And if
burned.
it was burned, that's going to reset the map in Liquid's favor because they do have the Sniper Rifle in the hands of Eco right now. So APG, he's trying to hunt down where Eco is, and you can see him actually in the player outlines over towards the right. There's a Sniper Rifle shot giving away the position. APG trying to fight 2 different players at the same time. The help was too late. Saiyan wasn't as aggressive as APG right there, so they were not on the same page. Unfortunately, he's going to drop, and now Eco, he's going to get out of there with the Sniper Rifle.
Yeah, we'll move over here to Eco, see where he likes to take this weapon. Connects on a body shot into the player top gold. Wisely looks away. He knows that player's going to thrust back and escape here. So Eco now gets spotted out, so you know there's going to be a lot of attention focused on him now as he's even getting flanked, not able to escape. Great job by Saiyan finishing that kill.
Yeah, Liquid out of position right there. Nobody was crossfiring or at least looking in the flowers and posters, or in the posters area from Flowers. So missed opportunity right there for Team Liquid, and LG finally capitalizing on the first mistake here. It's all about continuing to capitalize on that. They need to make some sort of run. They need to maintain control with the sniper rifle that Saiyan has. APG, that's a great start right there. He got the back whack on that player. That was fairly weak, and then he tried to get his shields back, so that could have been a huge trade in the favor of LG. Unfortunately, his shields still were recharging, and Stellar played that very nicely.
Ooh, and Stellar gets a sniper rifle delivered right to him as he finishes off the kill on to Saiyan. Great plasma
green
pistol
gun
comes in there from the Team Liquid side. 21-18. So Tom, this is by far the closest game we've had here today in a Slayer.
Definitely, and Stellar now does realize that Trippy's over there and is just going to completely rip his face off, looking for some more blood over towards the posters area. Knows that APG's there, doesn't realize there's a guy to his left, and the spawners popped up over down towards the lift. I want to see him maybe rotate this on over towards Flowers and take a better angle on that player, and that's exactly what he does. Eventually, you're going to get this angle on APG, who wants to make his way on over towards the overshield. APG doing a great job working with his teammate. Bait and switch there with Rain. Rain pops out. APG goes in for the overshield. Unfortunately for APG, he's surrounded right now. He's in the U-turn area and has to face a green gun guy. Is able to get some help from Saiyan, and they trade kills in their favor. Down 5 kills. They got to locate Stellar immediately as Eco comes off the spawn and finds a double, and that is not good news right now for APG, who's lost all of his overshield, and Stellar continues to stay alive with this killing spree and 3 shots left in his sniper.
Yeah, what great map movement from Stellar there. Completely evades APG, comes up, and now his teammate did get taken out, but Stellar finishes off the kill and maintains the sniper rifle. Now we're seeing the largest lead of the game. What was once just 3 kills is now up to 9, so Team Liquid starting to really step it up towards the later half of this game.
Spartan's going to get a kill on APG as Eco finds one onto Saiyan. Stellar drops Trippy. That means Rain is the last guy alive right now on the side of LG. Team Liquid really starting to put it together here towards the mid game, trying to close it out with a strong end game and go up in this series 2-0. What a no-scope from Stellar.
Gosh, he had 2 players in front of him, rips one's face off, and then takes the other player in no shields with shooting and grenades, especially there. So this is up to 11 now. Will we be able to see Luminosity stop the bleeding and start, decreasing this lead that we're seeing from Liquid, or is it going to be what we've had in the first 2 series, and is Liquid just going to continue to run away?
Looking for the stick, and he finds it. Stellar getting the trade onto Trippy. 2 dead right now for LG, 1 dead for Team Liquid. Team Liquid, all they got to do is just run around and trade kills here. If you're LG, you got to get this sniper rifle. You have to get this overshield just like APG did before. And now Saiyan trying to slow things down just a little bit until that overshield does pop up. So expect things to really blow up in the next 15 seconds.
Yeah, but we see this is both teams kind of setting up pretty well here for this power-up. But 3 dead for Team Liquid, 2 dead for Luminosity. Trippy's got that sniper rifle, and this OS is getting ready to come up. This snow-scope was so close, and APG, what a great grab. This is his 2nd overshield in a row. He's been able to secure full ones here through some amazing teamwork out of Luminosity.
Yeah, good job. I believe Hoaxer is coaching LG right now. Right on top of that time, APG there to respond. That's what they needed. Now they need Trippy to go big because APG, he's doing work with a double kill with the battle rifle and that overshield. Still had a little bit of a sliver, but then Sub-Zero flies in with the Spartan charge. The rest of Liquid is kind of trapped right here. Good collapse coming in from LG. Down 6 kills. You can still do this if you're LG. Just got to make sure that you do not trade kills right there. And no! Big missed opportunity as Spartan completely works Trippy with that sniper rifle.
Yeah, and it looks like he was going to die either way, but could have picked up that first kill, 45-39. So this is much closer than that game number 1 and any other ones we've seen so far here. But this is still a scary moment to be in because although they have sniper rifle, they do not have nest side of the map. So you wouldn't be surprised to see Team Liquid really slow this one down and make the aggression here come from Luminosity.
We're going to switch on over to Rain since he has the sniper rifle. He is the player right now for LG that can make some things happen. Starts with a headshot right there. That's a good beginning. Has to find some more here. He's on the ropes, but has Saiyan there for the help. Only 4 more make that 3 more kills for Team Liquid, so you got to be careful. 2 more now as you see Saiyan, he drops to Sub-Zero. Now Rain, he's coming in with the cleanup, but he did get a little bit vulnerable by poking out, so he's going to back off. You also have Trippy, who's very overextended right now, maybe a little bit too overextended. Probably want to put a teammate over there, but Saiyan, he's going to drop Stellar. You have a good position right here if you do not get too aggressive on the LG side of things. Just pick these players off. You got the last 2 overshields. You know Hoaxer has that perfect time on it. That is your opportunity to make things happen. If you're Liquid, you should be making a play before that overshield comes up, and that's exactly what they did. They get a 2-for-1 trade right there. They need 1 more trade, but yet LG, they still have plenty of shots left in this sniper rifle. Saiyan desperately trying to live, staying alive with the clamor. That's the overshield player. He shuts it down. Unfortunately, not able to stop the final kill from coming in. Liquid, they're going to go up to the series 2-0, but that was an entertaining game.
Yeah, I mean, you had, I think it was Saiyan there, he had to run away, he had to sprint, which prevents his shields from recharging, tried to avoid grenades. They didn't know where the rest of Liquid was charging from. Rain thought somebody might have been pushing in from Yard. Unfortunately for him, it was an overshield player charging up runway and nothing he could do at that point, or up the driveway there. Nothing he could do at that point, and Liquid closes that out. But that was much closer than I was anticipating.
Unless Rain had some sort of information that the overshield player was coming there was nothing that he could have done in that situation. Obviously didn't have the information. The only thing that could have happened was maybe, you know, going for an assassination, a miraculous play right there. Could have pulled something out, but really, you can't look at the end of that game. If you're LG, you have to look at the middle part of the game where Team Liquid just completely ran away with it. And that was a great comeback from LG. They refused to go down without a fight. But you're going to see eventually when we go through these replays how Team Liquid was able to pull away. You saw it was a 2-kill game. Then it was a 5-kill game. Eventually it went to double digits and beyond. Great job by LG again fighting there towards the end, but now they're down 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, you can see that was like a stellar highlight reel is what we're looking at. He had 4 power weapon kills. I thought it was going to be more than that, but a bunch of body shots probably with that sniper rifles. He was connecting a lot that time around, several of those being no scopes, ending the game just +1, but that's exactly what you need to do here in a 50-48 game. Extremely close, especially at the end there. Rain going 16 and 13. We saw him rack up a lot of sniper rifle kills towards the end here as well. He had 2 power weapon kills. So either way, that is not lights out here for Luminosity. Like we said, as we get further into the series, we might start seeing them heat up a little bit more and these games get closer. So they need to pick up a win here, obviously not wanting to get 3-0'd like we saw in the first two.
It's interesting that only 62% of the kills coming out from Team Liquid were assisted. So a lot of one-on-one and individual battles there. And like you said, not as many power weapon kills as we were expecting, 5 to 3 overall. And obviously Stellar had 4 and as many as, or actually more than the other squad, which was Luminosity. So you got to get it going here if you're LG and get the weapons in Trippy's hands, who's still trying to find his footing and his momentum after 2 slow games. Unfortunately, it's going to be CTF Truth, so Trippy's not going to find the sniper rifle that he's so deadly with, not going to be able to find some rockets, rails, or scatter shots. Going to have to do it with his magnums, but he's definitely a solid player there as well. CTF Truth is a good game type coming in here for LG. I think they may be able to do it, and keep in mind that while they showed tons of resiliency in that game, they showed tons of resiliency yesterday as well. So there was plenty of times that you could have counted them out when they were down 2-0 in the series and even down 2-0 in CTF Coliseum in game number 3. They still fought through it and made that a series and made that a game. Yeah, it did end in a 3-0 overall, but yeah, it's something that they have in them. They fight through adversity, and they're not going to give up on this series.
No, absolutely not. Luminosity, they can't afford to give up on this series. We've seen reverse sweeps happen before. Maybe that's what's in store here for tonight, or maybe it's the story of the 3-0s here. We'll find out shortly. We've got the players set up in lobby. Like Tom mentioned, game number 3, CTF on Truth. And if there's, it's backs against the wall here now for Luminosity. This is a map APG has done extremely well on in the past before. And I think no power weapons, if anything, might benefit this Luminosity squad here, because we just saw what Team Liquid was able to do with it in Plaza, the sniper rifle.
Exactly, and you got to get it going on an objective game type, because you got completely slaughtered in the first objective game type, 100-18. So we're going to see if they're going to be a better CTF team on here. CTF Truth seems to fit their play styles. I definitely expect this to be one heck of a game. I would be surprised to see LG roll over here and lose this series 3-0. I'm expecting them to win this one, push this to a game number 4, and then we're going to find out if Liquid's going to be able to respond. But we're going to see the beginning strategies, 3 people pushing out pink side for LG. Interestingly enough, Stellar stayed inside of the window to lay down cover fire, which is great for giving information to those players on the pink side and laying cover fire.
Yeah, and he got a lot of damage out as well. I mean, he should put 3 to 4 bullets on at least one player in window. I think he hit another one. And then, of course, picking up that kill in P2, and then, of course, charging out and getting additional help for his squad. So first flag has been pulled. Doesn't look like it's going to be going very far, though, as Eco is now by himself over here in Bubble. Has some great shots pushing back these players here. Expects what Trippy's going to do, but walks onto a nade. His shield's just enough to stay alive now. He's getting collapsed on. Finally, the nade's in from Rain.
Ground pounds right into the grenade. That was a great series of grenades from Rain. He threw 2, and that's kind of difficult sometimes when that player's camping in the bubble and sitting in the crease to go and land that grenade on the player. But now it's a 1-on-1 situation, Sub-Zero versus Rain, and Rain, he's already inside of this Team Liquid base, not able to win the 1v1 against his former teammate. Now saying he's going to get the kill on the Stellar. Spartan's going to answer right back. It's going to be a car side push coming out for LG. They need to get their way on over towards pink, because they're leaving Trippy right now by himself.
Yeah, I really don't like that challenge from Rain. I mean, I would have liked to see him hide below the base. It was a 1v1. Best case, you win that, you're no shields, and you're probably going to get cleaned up by one of the spawners there. So I would have liked to see him buy some more time here for his squad. But heck, maybe he does work out. As you see, 2 dead and a player weak below the base. APG moving this flag very quickly across the map. That's something we've seen a lot more from him, is him focusing on the objective and running these flags.
Very smart objective work from APG. I feel like he learned from his minor mistake yesterday in Coliseum not to go and run that flag when he had the opportunity. This time, he's leaving kills for his teammates, decides that he wants to go and run the objective. Not only did he do a great job getting that flagpole out, but stopping to keep his shields down towards Pink 1 easily. Could have just continued to charge and sprint out there and eventually died to potential grenades or some shots because he was half shields. But instead, it's going to be LG. They're going to get the first cap of this game. And this is what we were talking about, Kyle. They are a very, very resilient team. They're tough to bring down, and you got to finish this series off if you're Liquid.
Yeah, so up 1-0, the first lead that we're seeing from Luminosity here in this series. And Team Liquid, they're not going to go down without a fight here. We expect to see them start answering back here, using that bait and switch. Lots of action happening here, P side of the map, and that's going to go over to Luminosity. But Trippy, does he know there's a player hiding right above him? We'll find out when that player decides to make a move. That was just 2 dead here for Liquid. Still 2 dead now.
I don't think anyone's there anymore, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know where that guy ended up going, but Trippy, nice shots, picks up the kill. That's going to open the door once again for that flag to start moving.
It's a tale of 2 teams right now. Look how crispy LG is looking in this CTF Truth. Great teamwork, great baiting and switching. Extremely crispy shots coming in from Trippy, and very smart decision there by Spartan to go and run that flag over towards top car. So what looked like LG going in for a clear second capture ends up into a flag standoff, and that's one of those plays. If things aren't going your way and you're Liquid and you can't seem to find the amount of kills that you need to, slow things down, mix things up a little bit, and now we're in this flag standoff where anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Spartan definitely makes the best decision possible given the circumstances there by turning this into a flag standoff. We'll see who's able to play better during these standoffs, because this is just a whole nother, level of practice that it takes to be coordinated here once both flags are out.
First kill going on over to LG, so they're going to be the aggressors here starting to flood in. They haven't dropped any players right now on the side of LG, so Liquid, they're on the ropes right now. You got to be careful, because if this flag does go in, they're going to be in position to run that third and final flag capture. Meanwhile, if you're Liquid and you get this flag capture, you're on the verge of tying it up and potentially having map control. So camo coming up here in a flag standoff is very, very useful. Typically, that's the way that you see teams go for that return. 2 kills going on over to LG. Liquid, even though they were able to get into this flag standoff situation, have not been able to capitalize on the slays.
Yeah, Saiyan does a pretty good job. I liked where his head was at there, but unfortunately gets spotted by Stellar. Stellar then spots the camo player and picks up a perfect. Stellar going super clutch here now in this standoff.
You can just picture Reigns sitting there. Please don't see me, please don't see me, please don't see me. Oh man, he saw me. Oh man, I'm dead. That was a great play, because we were just talking about how the camo player is typically the guy that's going to stop the flag and go and get that return. Meanwhile, Stellar needs to hit his jumps. He needs to go and get this touch. Otherwise, Rain is going to get the return. Oh my gosh, Stellar. No.
Oh, a double return here from post side. But yeah, Tom, I can't think of a better description than, yeah, he pretty much just blew that flag, because he should have grabbed it. If he touched it, he would have had time for one of his teammates. If he had done anything differently there, that flag would not have been.
He just had to breathe on the flag, and they could be up 2-1 right now. Fortunately, his teammates have picked up the slack. He is on a wingman, so you got to give him credit for the amount of assists that he's been able to get, and also some pretty crispy shots. But big misplay right there. Fortunately for him, he does not get punished for it. And what a run from Eco. Can he toss it in the window? No, just a jump away from being able to toss it in. 2 are dead, so the flag is very far. Sub-Zero going to take advantage of that one. Most likely ground pounding this one in, as he does. 2-1 out of nowhere. Liquid, they could have just ended this series in a blink of an eye, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been just a repeat of what's been happening all day. I think it's official, Tom. Something's got to be in the water here, because these guys are just really separating themselves from the pack. Cannot wait to see what the next series of Pro League matches have in store, because if you haven't already looked at the schedule, the last match day is stacked.
I can't wait to see what those matches are. I don't think I've checked it out quite yet, but it sounds like you're writing LG off already.
It's not looking good for them. I'm going to go ahead and say it's looking like Team Liquid here, but saying he has something to say about that. Running the flags, getting the camo, now doubling back. Really like this decision here. He needs to recognize quickly, though, that all 4 members of Liquid are on Car side of the map, because he's essentially taking himself out of the equation right now.
Yeah, Saiyan really slow playing this one, but he wants to get information so he can decide what decision he wants to make. It's very difficult when you're the camo guy and your teammates are dropping left and right. And now he's the last guy alive, so he's gonna have to make a miraculous play. Does pick up the double kill. Can he find the triple kill? Does not have to find it, because his teammate's gonna get the kill. The return comes in, and that's going to be 3 dead for Liquid all of a sudden, when now Sand was the last guy alive. So a fantastic job by him. They didn't get any offense throughout that, but they at least stopped Liquid from infiltrating the base, and now they're going to get a little bit of map control. Again, a nice little cleanup right there from Zane. He's doing a great job staying alive. Dipsy dueling over around towards P3, but didn't realize that player was pushed up over towards the street already.
Yeah, I mean, he just did so much. He just had like 100% kill participation for like the last 8 kills that just occurred there when he had that camo. Big play there. APG not able to secure the trade. That's going to allow Stellar to stay alive.
How weak he was. Yeah, I felt like it could have been. Looked like a good 3-shot beatdown from APG, but unfortunately, maybe Stellar laid down 1 extra shot than he did, and they give him the benefit of the doubt. But Liquid, they're starting to push in right here. APG finds a big kill on the Stellar. That's going to slow things down. Actually make that a double kill from APG, so great job by him. Looking for the triple kill. Can he find it? No. Nasty beatdown from Eco. Give that man the killing spree. Spartan's going to find one onto Rain. Now the last 2 alive are trapped on over towards the car side, and they also have spawners popping up in the same area. Stellar's already on a huge flank, but they bring the flag right towards APG, who did pop up in the bubble and gets the kill on the flag, guys. So great heads-up play by APG, realizing where the flag was going and then shutting that down with some crispy shots. You got to stay alive here if you're Spartan. Bait this flag out. Don't get too desperate. Use this as an opportunity to go and run the next flag.
Ooh, but he's getting some good shots down. Thought he had some help coming in from Carbine's side. Not going to happen, though. Saiyan able to stay alive and get his shields back. Needs to win this 1v1 against Eco, and what a trade. Great job by Eco, recognizing he had no other options there, but still able to secure the kill.
Ouch, I was scrolling through all the members of LG, and they all lost individual battles right there. Yeah, a couple of team shots and Crossfire came in from the side of Liquid, but that was a very unfortunate turn of events right now. Everybody is dropping like flies. The last guy alive is underneath, and he's in the tunnel about to get ground pounded. He gets meleeed with the flag as well. This could be the last and final flag cap going in for Liquid. Somehow Stellar able to stay alive through that grenade. 3 grenades over towards the flag, and there it is. LG, they fall 3-1. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, they win the series 3-0.
Tom, these matches, these series, they're just flying by right now. These teams, we talked to Envy multiple times. They've always struggled with getting off to slow starts and having to turn it on. Well, that is not the case we're seeing from anybody here in our top 4 right now. Optic Gaming completely dominates the series. Splice does the same thing. Now we're seeing that out of Liquid over Luminosity, our 5th seeded team, not our 7th and 8th seeded teams here. So of course,
they
like we said,
that game
yeah,
as well by 5.
Yeah, Trippy, of course, Luminosity had some adversity to overcome that series, but nonetheless, a 3-0 is a 3-0.
Sure is, and again, they fought very hard in that final game. They even outslayed Team Liquid there, but 3-1 and 3-0 are the only numbers that really matter here in the end. Unfortunately for LG, they couldn't get it going, and that's just been the story of 3-0s all day today. Envious taking on Evil Geniuses is going to be the last match of the night, and I'm curious to see how Evil Geniuses is going to be able to respond against the Envious team, who is looking as deadly as they ever have.
That's exactly correct, Tom. This is essentially the best play we've seen out of Envious in any specific season. And then Team Liquid having great performances in multiple different seasons, back to an older type of roster that they've already experienced before. And like we said, bouncing back after that first series loss against Envy and essentially separating themselves from the pack.
It's a big win for them because LG has started to come into their own, especially in the team scrims. Not a good week for them. I don't think that they were able to even pick up 1 map win, but we're talking about who's going to be that team that goes and makes that push over towards the top 4 to try to knock out the Envies, Optics, Liquids, and the Splice. Well, LG, they didn't do it today. Meanwhile, Evil Geniuses, they're going to have their chance going up against Envy tonight, and even if Evil Geniuses wins this one, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough to propel them in the standings. It could be, but again, you do not want to be on that receiving end of playing against the top 4 teams. If there's anything that you can do right now to bump your way into the standings, that's going to be great. But with only one more match day after today, I think that we're kind of seeing the clear-cut top teams.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. And I mean, if EG is even able to take 1 game, it's going to be different than what we've seen throughout the rest of the series here today. So big props to Team Liquid. maintaining that momentum, not letting some of the close game number 2 affect them into that third game. Still some sloppy play, I think, out of them. A little bit different than what we saw from the Splice and Optics so far. Saw a lot of people dying or charging across bottom mid.
Different caliber of teams,
alive.
though, too, at the same time.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, Naventic definitely wasn't the same Naventic we saw yesterday. But we do have an interview here with the winning team. We are joined by Spartan. Spartan, first of all, congratulations on another convincing win. Always glad to see you guys come and performing well here. Now, walk us through what I want to touch base on a little bit is that game number 2. So 50-48 win, and coming down to the end, I think it was Sub-Zero charging up driveway. So how did you guys choose to play the end of that Plaza Slayer, considering that Luminosity Gaming had the sniper rifle?
Well, like you said, we knew they had sniper. We only needed 2 kills. They needed 5 to catch up to us. I think it was like 48, 43. We knew Ovi was coming up soon, and we were all trapped in blue, and we didn't want to just let them get Ovi or to kind of just like sit back and pick us. So we decided that we were going to try and like just fly at them yard. So I believe Sub-Zero and Stellar pushed into yard first, and then when I spawned, I flew in. They were able to clean up 1, and then Kevin lagged behind. He stayed in blue. And then as soon as we pushed and took all the attention, he just kind of flew out and got the overshield, and then he was able to finish the game for us.
So I noticed that Sub-Zero is there in the background. Is anybody else from the team over there, and what is your guys' training regimen going to be up leading into Denver?
No, it's just me and Sub-Zero here. Stellar and Eco might come out before Denver. I'm not quite sure. We haven't really discussed it, but yeah, Sub-Zero is here until after Denver at least. We just, we're scrimming, and we're going to be going over a lot of film, especially after Pro League ends, like leading up to Denver. We'll be able to watch film. We'll actually have Tiberius Audley, our analyst, coming out to the house as well.
So we've been talking about how obviously the top 4 teams, and it's kind of been like this in Halo 5 for a while, have really separated themselves from the other 4 teams, the 5th through 8th seeded teams. Personally, who do you think is the other top team over there? Who do you think would be the 5th best team?
The 5th best team? I would probably give it to between LG, EG, Ronin, and Naventic. I'd probably give it to Luminosity. I don't really think the series score today kind of like tells how they perform. I think that they've been performing really well, and yeah, I'd probably give them the fifth place spot.
Now, after watching the first 2 series of the night and what Opti Gaming and Splice were able to do, was that something that surprised you at all, or do you see Splice and Optic kind of performing at a higher level now that we're getting close to the end of the season?
I mean, the series scores didn't really surprise me. Like, I kind of expected both series to be 3-0s. I just didn't expect the games to be kind of as dominant as they were. Like, the Slayers, I think Splice won their Slayer like 50-19. And I don't remember the exact score of the Optic, Naventic, or I don't remember who they played. I'm lost. But yeah, like the Slayers were just kind of dominant. Like I didn't expect the game scores to be as bad as the series scores.
All right, so I'm glad that it's not. I'm not the only one where all of the games kind of mesh together and all the series kind of mesh together. But Spartan, congratulations on the 3-0 and best of luck in your guys' last match next week.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Keep it up.
And give Papa Spartan a high five. I don't know if I got that in towards the end, but if you're watching, give Papa Spartan a high five.
Yeah, so obviously big win there for Team Liquid as they look to maintain their seeding going into DreamHack Denver. Already talked about the team passes going on sale there. And of course, if you want to find out more information, news, updates, the DreamHack passes going on sale, you can always head over to halo.gg to find out information about that and even the open circuit as well. So make sure you use those resources available to you. But like we said, when we come back, we have our final match of the night as we get towards the end of the Pro League. It is Team Envious battling Evil Geniuses. Maybe we'll see our first non-3-0 of the night. We'll find out right after this.